Greetings, everybody. Welcome to the channel. So today's task, and the emotes are freaking broken. So today's task, as you may read from the description in the video, or description for the video, we are on the hunt for some lost ships and their crew. A couple of the crew members are going to be a little hard to find because they've been spotted on several different ships. So we may not locate personnel, but we will hopefully at some point locate the ships that they were flying or last found in. This is the main mission. Our main mission is first objective is to find a crew of an RX called Shuttle, called Shuttlecraft. It has a particular number on it. Mainly this whole walkthrough, or this whole playthrough, is going to be about inspiration I have taken away from 3 different shows that I've repeatedly watched. One a couple times and the other 2 quite a few different times. One being Light Echoes, the other one being Vanguard, and the third one being the Group Survival. As you start off, the main objective is we're going to be looking for is the crew of the RX called Shuttle. Then hopefully along the way, or as we go through the different galaxies, we locate the remains of, or the entirety of, the Vanguard and her crew, along with what planet the Pac's Constitution and landed on, or landed on. It's a ship that was witness to Captain Shack's typical flying patterns, with some major malfunctions to boot. And hopefully we'll be able to find and locate people from that crew, or crews. May or may not be able to find, locate those people in particular, but hopefully we'll be able to locate their crafts. So as you can see, I've already started some mining operations. We've collected some iron, some cobalt, and some nickel. I'll be going out and locating silicone and the rest of the ores. The only problem is Okay, so I've added a few particular mods. One I'm going to have to go back in before the next episode to add it in. Is the Cold Console pack. As you can see, I've got the compass on my HUD along with the radar. I'm going to actually drop my radar down to 800 meters as the range of the Gatling guns. Here we go. Then my first task, as you saw on my little board here, is to my local mission. The overall mission is locating the crew of the RX called Shuttle. But then my local mission is to build a starship with a long-range jump drives, or has a long-range jump capability. Because we have several thousands of kilometers to travel. We have to leave this solar system and possibly go to 3 or 4 different solar systems before we're able to maybe catch signs of, or a glimpse of, the ships that we're looking for. Things we have to think about and things we need to make note of. One being, I need a new text screen. Let's see. Let's pull up an LCD panel here. Yeah, as you can see, I've got some Star Trek stuff in here, so we're going to be utilizing some of that. But we won't be able to utilize any of the Star Trek stuff, with the exception of maybe their refineries and stuff, until we get to space. Did I just... Yes, I did. 1 second. I have just pulled a Splitsie. I forgot to turn off progression. Alright. Go in to load my game. Yes, and the name of the episode is called Lost Ships. Go into advance. And progression off. And then while I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and add the mod that I'm missing. I think for the first few episodes will be just like a talk through type thing, and once I've got my head wrapped around the they didn't actually add them, about how I want my character portrayed, and once I've gotten in more of contact with Splitsie and Mr. Wasted Space, I may not have to contact him, but I'm going to give him a heads up, so he can, well, hopefully they'll locate the rest of the crew on the Discord, and let them know, hey, I'm doing a production where I'm looking for your ships in particular, and would like some, solar system help, meaning that, where is the cold consoles? Just had them up. Let's go with the revamped version. And that way, for several episodes, I'll have different solar systems I'll be jumping to. And then I may, if I can get it set up right, I may bring some in of the characters in question, like Mr. Splitsie and Mr. Capac, Wasted and his crew. But again, that's a long way off. I more particular want to develop my character's role first, and then move into actually thinking about expanding it out and seeing if I can get a few other people involved as well, which would mean I'd have to put this on a server, which means I have to go back and watch another video by Mr. Wasted Space on how to set up a server, or to set up a torch for a server. Then hopefully find a cheap enough server where I can run for a few months, and be able to have people join. The only downside is that they may have troubles with is the amount of lag, mainly because Mr. Wasted Space is not in the U.S. He's in the UK, and then Mr. Splitsie and his counterpart Capac are on the other side of the planet, an upside down world, from Australia. So yeah, and you've already seen some of the conflicts there, being time schedules and time differences and everything. All right, so first step is to, well, I need to get an LCD up, so I can make a list of things I need. Oh, there we go. And then basically, so we can commence the construction of the ship needed to Alright, so first we'll change this into a text panel. Oops, excuse me. And then we'll edit text. Now, ship. Trying to think of it. Well, I'll just call them modules for right now. Meaning the different components from which I have on it. So we do want, because it's going to be an exploration type ship, we want a production facility. Obviously, we need a power plant. Then we're going to need at least a hangar bay. One of the ships will hopefully come across, will fit in the hangar bay. So I'll have to design the hangar around that particular shuttle. The rest of them, on the other hand, like the Vanguard and the Pax Constellation, I would need to construct a massive vessel in order to contain them, and I don't have time to build something that large, nor do I have the limits on my PC to handle that much PCU of how large that ship would be. So other crafts I'll need to build. Obviously, I'll have to rebuild some of these once I get out into space. One is a miner. Along with a tug. And a prospector. Meaning either a ship or a rover with a ore detector on it to drive around and locate ores with a greater range, meaning that I will be going small grid for my small ships, obviously for the miner, the tug, and the prospector, and then going large grid for the capital ship, or for the main exploration. I hope I spelled that right. I am not the greatest at spelling. And the things we'll have to think about is docking for those set vehicles. And then, the building I'm at right now, some of you may find the color scheme a little similar. I nabbed the colors from a player recreation of the RX 39487, and nabbed the colors from it, and then painted the building the same colors, although it's a little hard to see some of the colors, obviously because they're blue and black. I took the first two letters of the shuttle and made it an outpost. So this is an RX outpost. Do not have the personnel from that particular crew here to man this station or this outpost. It's just the two letters I've particularly chosen. Speaking of which, Let me choose my faction. Faction. Create. We'll go with the we'll go with Lee. Oh. You know what? Let's think of a different name for the faction. We'll worry about that later. I will think of a faction name for my group off stream. That way, or if I get some suggestions in either chat or get some suggestions in the comments below after the stream, I will think about and I use those names for the ship or for my faction. Sorry, not my ship. Once we start building the ship itself, then we will construct, and then we will talk about naming the ship. All right, so here is a blueprint of the RX-3987, the RX-34987, that was recreated by a player. There are some components on here that I chose not to download the mods for, mainly because they're great mods when they were working. They are no longer functional, so I chose not to load them in. So there's some components on here that may be a little different than the actual ship itself. It is unfortunate due to updates and with the game and the mod not being maintained anymore. The mod is now broken and it doesn't function correctly. It still loads. It just doesn't do what it doesn't serve as does its intended purpose anymore. It doesn't transfer cargo. Thus, the decoration packs, I believe they were done by. I'll have to look it up in. I can't remember off the top of my head who they were, but I found out through Splitsie and countless attempts to try and get them to work. They don't work anymore. They're not maintained anymore, so which is kind of sad and seems to happen a lot with a lot of good mods. All right, so let's get to work on first. We are going to be going around scouting out some ores and stuff like that. And then we're going to our first line of duty as we don't have the space in our facility here to build set ship. So we will need to expand our base or outpost and build a facility with a tied-in network to our cargo system, and that will allow us to build our ship itself. But the main purpose right now is we're going out and finding. We will have to go out and locate the ores we need first. I've already found 3 of the 4 main ores that we need, and also have one that is relatively close by. Not really an ore. It's more of a item that I will need in order to get off this freaking planet. And man, this freaking some of these mods they have for the skybox is pretty awesome. This is the I will add the mod in the video description later on. once after it's posted. That way, you guys will get a list of all the mods I have installed, along with the skybox, because some of the skybox I use, the Milky Way high resolution is awesome. The Hubble Bubble skybox made by Splitsie is awesome. And this skybox, I think this is the Galaxy one, that, you know, make driving at night more of a challenge than normally would be. So, yeah, I think I'm going to have to mine some stone in order to get the silicone that I need to create my first vehicle, technically my second vehicle, but my first personally built vehicle of a prospecting rover, so we can go out and locate ores. And we do have a facility close by. I think that's the I don't know what that is. Huh. Anyway, that is the well, maybe one of the Keen Standard outposts that are nearby, trading station. Alright, so first things first, let me park this vehicle. Some of the changes to the base I'm going to have to make. One is making a docking station for, obviously, set rover, so I don't have to hand transfer everything over, along with building the prospecting vehicle. I'm going to be more concerned about building the prospecting vehicle than I am anything else, mainly because I think the prospecting vehicle will have more of a larger effect than trying to worry about a expansion or a modification to the base. So some of the things I need in my hotbar obviously are not going to be any of the Star Trek stuff, because yeah, none of the ores needed. Right, this is different. Huh. Okay, I see what he did. Okay, so the mod, I didn't load that mod. I loaded the new modules he's made of his mod. And I think is relatively cool that he's done this. So I might be able to start building some of these Star Trek stuff. Because they use the Keen Standard ores and components to build them. But I will worry about that because this is going to require a large amount of ore to be able to build some of this stuff. So I'm going to need, let's see, start off with a rotor, and then that way I can build it straight off the base. Go into our production. I like using the advanced rotor because it gives me a nice square platform to work off of, along with makes things if I want to turn around and then conveyor this up, makes it really easy to do. Attach the small head to it. Oh man, is it really dark out? All right, so things I'm going to need for this particular build is one, I'm going to need a cockpit. I'm going to need batteries. I'm going to need a way to recharge that batteries. But I think I'll worry about that later. May go a different route for charging. I will not need cargo, any cargo holds, because I'm not going to be looking to make any cargo, use this for a cargo hauler. It is going to be a prospecting vehicle only. So I'll need another rotor. I will need this. Is the small conveyor tubes, along with pick up the hydrogen engine, because we'll use that to for our recharge, an O2 H2 generator, along with some a place to store some of the fuel. You know what? I think I might have a blueprint for something that would fit perfectly. It runs off of hydrogen, and there we go. Just a matter of getting it. There we go. Hooked up, and because it technically doesn't have a theoretical projection connection, so let's go in here and take a look. Go from here. There's the detector. Multiple grids. Okay, yeah, this is the one I want. Dude. We're gonna go up to one thing I'm probably gonna have to do is I'm gonna probably have to remove the projector, add a conveyor, and some piping and a connector on it, and then use the connector from here to actually physically build the rest of the ship. or the rover. That way I can then get rid of these two wheels up top, add a advanced rotor on one of the top of the cargo containers. Not that I really wanted to. I may change these to hydrogen tanks, and one of these will have an O2H2 generator on board, and then add the advanced rotor and the ore detector on top to turn this into a prospecting vehicle. So some of you may be familiar with this blueprint.
Low.
If you have played the Frostbite playthrough, this is one of the vehicles that are in it. There are a couple of vehicles from the Frostbite I utilize quite frequently when I can, and this is one of them. So let's first clear out my hotbar again and make some adjustments to it. So I'm going to need a conveyor junction, conveyor blocks, and connector blocks. Let's see. Before I will need we will just make some standard about 100. Not that we'll need that many, but then we'll put the junction on here, and we will
Fuel critical.
Oops, I need to add my fuel because I don't seem to have. I have hydrogen on board. I don't think I do. Let's take a look. I filled my hydrogen. Okay. Let's make a couple bottles while we're at it. Go into my production. And we'll locate those bottles. And filled in the onboard O2H2 generator. Now I don't have to worry about running hydrogen anytime soon. Not to say that I won't have to worry about not running out of hydrogen, because I will eventually run out of it. Go up one step, turn you around, and then add a connector along with projector block. Let's see, on the side here. There we go. All right, look at this stuff welded up. we'll go back in and put our projection back on. Yep. The one we're looking for. I don't know why it says multiple grids on it. I think the only multiple will be the wheels, but whatever. Forward. And then over a few blocks. And back. And what we'll do now is we'll go in, craft a few plates. What we're going to do is we're going to connect the two connectors together via blocks. There we go. Now that I get that projection to show up, I'm going to go in and turn the projection on and show building. Wait a minute, let me see if I've done. Nope, I didn't add it. Alright, so we'll have to do this the hard way. What did I do that before? Which lock? There we go. Alright, so the old way, or the keen way of doing this, is you go in the control panel, open up my projector, and look at the number of blocks I have on for the projection. It says I have 369 armor blocks. So we're going to order production. What's nice about the assembler is I can go in. Oops. I'm going to create 400 steel. Or create 400 blocks. That way I have excess steel just in case. And then I will go and start with the undercarriage, which would mean the underside of the vehicle first, and then build my way up around where the cargo container's at, because that is where I'll be putting the hydrogen tanks at. I'm not sure if I'll be able to go with the small ones, or to have a higher quantity of them, or if I'm going to go ahead and go with the large ones to have order a number of required blocks. I have also added some spawns, and I haven't seen any of them yet, so we'll just continue on with our building here. starting with the undercarriage of the truck. I should have just kept my hydrogen pack on. These look like 5x5s. Nice thing about it is this is not an even block. It's odd because it has a center block. Let me see if I can fix my OBS where I have my chat displayed. I'll have to mess with it after the stream. Where are we at? Almost an hour in. And I'm already starting construction on my first vehicle. Yay! Usually it takes me a lot longer than that because I have to go find ores. But I think I put my base in a great location so I don't have to go as far to locate ores. Oops. Oh, the camera, I'll need that later. So there is going to be another facility I'm going to need. Well, actually, not more that we're going to need. It's kind of one that I want. That will make refilling this thing's tanks a lot easier. And it's the refueling station from Frostbite. I will probably build that at one of the locations on either side. Which means that I probably need to run my conveyor system out quite a ways to get to it because of where the power and everything I have, my solar panels and my wind turbines are at. Once I have figured out where I'm going to do that, we will have that blueprinted and on as well. And then I will make use of this next 3-hour charge battery as a source of light for this build. Da, 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 da. All right, so let's go ahead and shut the projector off for now so that I don't mistakenly build things I don't want to build. And we'll commence our welding of things. I know probably a lot of you guys that have watched some of my videos before are kind of questioning, well, you started this one series and you've done a few videos of it. Now you're doing another series. What the heck's going on? Mainly, I'm changing things up mainly because of I'm trying to get the viewers. I kind of need that to start to get some more purpose out of this particular stuff. Um, the more viewers and subscribers I get to my channel, the more likelihood I'll be able to start getting an income from it, as well as that in particular income will be utilized strictly for updates and upgrades and stuff for my gaming system. I'm running on a 2060 graphics card in my desktop. I have a 4080 in my laptop. I do not want to burn that thing out because the 4000 series graphics cards are still relatively new. So I don't want to burn it out. On top of that, I don't have all the lovely connection ports on my laptop that I have with this thing, with my desktop, so I can stream, and I don't have a capture card, so I can't go between the two. I'll continue on with the building of the prospecting vehicle, along with locating the required ores, and we will go into Spectator real quick, and I will show you the location of where we're at. So we are on the desert belt. That way I don't have as many mountains. We're on a plateau, so we're not on the downside of things, but we are close to an ice lake. The main obstacle getting down to the ice lake is getting down to the ice lake. As you can see, there's some, wait, turn my lights on. There's some craggies here, and I'm going to probably have to go a long way around just to get to a good spot where I can get down to the ice from here. Or I'll just build a flying vehicle and fly down to it. But there's usually some ores and stuff on the lake. I can't see any right now because it's too dark. And once daylight or the sun comes up, I should be able to see some ores. Or once I get my prospecting vehicle done, I'll be able to and able to drive it down there. I should be able to locate some ores on the lake. But the main purpose for this lake, that is my source of fuel to get off this planet and to start my construction up in space. I'm going to need a large quantity of ice for a couple things. One of them being hydrogen for thrust to get off the planet. The other one is, let's pull it up, my G menu, and we will go into module 1. Oh. So these extractors, or these warp cores, I should say, require a particular kind of fuel in order to burn, which we have in large quantities here on the planet. As you can see, they generate 4 megawatts of power per section of the core. So if I build a full core, one end, a middle piece at the warp core intermixer chamber, so that's 1, or that's 2 of those, 2 of those, and then 2 of these. That's 2, 4, 6 times 4. It's 24 megawatts of power, which is considerably substantial. They also do it in large block. And as you can see, in large block, they do generate considerably more power. They're at 100 megawatts, 100 megawatts per, but they consume a lot of ice. So with this extractor, it converts ice into the required fuel. I'm not even going to attempt to say what that is. Deuterium. But anyway, and then we have a storage tank where we can put it and store it as fuel for our reactors. So that's one thing we'll have to think about in our power production system, is where we can have a full-sized warp core, because I believe having a full-size warp core, which is we'll take a look at it, in large grid, is you have 2 variations. You have a 1 by 1 by 2, or no, it's a 1 by 1 by 1 section, or this one here, which is a 3 by 3 by 3 section. And they generate, obviously, because it's bigger, it generates more power. It generates about 2.7 gigawatts. But I want to stay on a more narrower scale, so we'll stick with the 1 by 1s. But we'll need the ice for it, and it's a lot of ice, and we've got a lake nearby. I think we'll make a pit stop on Triton on our way out of the system to replenish our fuel source, and then jump away from the planet. So we're going to need a lot of cargo space, along with other things that we're going to need as well. And as the sun comes up, I will end today's stream here. I will stream most of my Space Engineer stuff on my YouTube channel. You can catch me sporadically throughout the week, because I don't have time schedules during the week up on my Twitch channel for when I actually do them, because I really don't know when I actually want to do them. Mainly what I'm doing right now is a lot of the stuff is going off of mood and how I feel that day. So I just got done watching the 12 episodes of Light Echoes, and for the 4th or 5th time. And then I'm using some of that stuff to kind of move forward with this particular series. Again, which means that I'll have to contact and talk to respected personnel before I go into actually physically pulling these ships and vehicles into the system and showing them off. Right now I'm just going off of blueprints. Yeah. Alright, so again, thank you for stopping by. If you liked today's stream, please hit the like and subscribe down below. If you didn't like button, dislike button's right next door. Please do leave a comment in the description below on things I can improve, or if it's Wasted or Splitsie, Capac, or Mr. Shack, or even the Morphologist. Please give me some or a good time to contact you guys, or if I can DM you on the Discord about being able to show off those particular vehicles and worlds, and to push this further, so I have a destination, and will much appreciate any kind of help that anybody can give me on things I can do. I do have planned for next week getting back into my actual scheduled streams on Saturdays and Sundays with Planet Crafter on Saturday, which I kind of skipped out yesterday, mainly because, one, I forgot, two, I had some personal things come up, so I had to go take care of that. And on Sundays, we're doing we're going to do a complete wipe and restart from the beginning with the most recent changes that have been added to Forever Skies. So please look forward to that, and I hope you guys join me throughout the week as I post some random videos about things and show off some of the video games and stuff that I play. Again, if you like the video, please like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. It will notify you on the times I do go live, and then, or when the video is actually posted, it's gone public. That way, you can watch the video freely. I'm not going to restrict any of my videos, or with the exception of if you do have young children watching, be forewarned. I am an ex-military or a separated military service member, a sailor at that, so my language might get a little on the foul side. I try my best not to curse as much, but there are going to be times where certain frustrations with certain games or certain spots, the frustrations turn to swearing, so I do apologize in advance. But again, join me next weekend as we continue on with Planet Crafting. We move a little bit further and checking out all the great advancements in the game as it starts its 1.0 journey, as it is a full released game now. And then we'll take a look at some of the upcoming updates and start a fresh save of Forever Skies next Sunday. Again, there's a lot of stuff going on and much more to